Well, good evening, everybody. And can I, on behalf of the Europe of Freedom and Direct Democracy Group, say, on behalf of all of us, a big thank you to Mr Juncker for coming along and speaking to the most Euro-critical group in the Parliament. Thank you indeed for coming along this evening. We're very, very grateful for that. We really are. And I also want to say that over the course of the last few weeks, a lot of things have been written and said about you. We're told that you like a drink and you're a smoker, and I even read that you drink endless cups of black coffee. We couldn't care less. We're not interested. We've even seen...
Do you have a cigarette, please?
Well, actually, it's funny you should say that. We're not interested in any of that. We've even seen some unpleasant personal family things written about events of 70 years ago, and, you know, none of us are going to go there. We're not interested in sinking to the gutter. We're not interested in behaving with the worst excesses of the tabloid press, but we are genuinely interested to hear what you have to say about your vision for the course of the next 5 years. And when you've spoken, there'll be a lot of people here. Nearly all of these members are brand new to the European Parliament. One or two have been here before, but most haven't. And a lot of them would like to ask questions. And there is, I have to say, among many of us, a slight curiosity about this whole process. Because certainly in the United Kingdom, we had absolutely no idea that the European elections had any connection at all with who the next Commission President was going to be. And we also, I suppose, have a few questions about the fact that the Parliament only ever gets presented with one candidate to vote for, which doesn't strike us as being wildly democratic, and we're even more upset, and I'm sure perhaps you'll share this with us, that when we do get the chance to say yes or no to you next week, it'll be conducted by secret ballot, which strikes us really as being very strange indeed. But my job is this evening to be in the chair, and so I'm going to do my best to be entirely neutral. How about that? And if you believe that, you'll believe... No, really, I am. Because everybody else will ask the questions. So, welcome to our group, and the floor is yours.
Chair, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to be here. You have come to this room in a very great number because you wanted to admire a real European arch-federalist. that's like they are looking like, and you wanted to see someone who is trying to bring the European nations down. You are admiring someone who doesn't believe in national member states, and you will be disappointed because years ago and again I was the one, we were only few to say this, who is expressing his view that European nations have to be respected, that nations are not a temporary invention by history, but that they are there forever. And the real aim, the objective of the European Union is, of course, not to destroy nations, regions, member states, but I have the highest respect for the national entities, because these national entities are not only entities, but real long-standing projects of people living together on a given territory. So my intention is not to be helpful in the birth of the United States of Europe, because I don't believe in the United States of Europe. I've never used that expression. Yes, I did it in my pre-pubertarian time, but since I was seeing the first signs of maturity, that's going back to the age of 14, I never employed that impression, and so I don't think that on rhetorics we will have major difficulties amongst us. I wouldn't like to comment too much on the process, because I do know that you didn't and don't and will not like the process, but the process is that some of the political families in Europe decided to enter this electoral campaign with so-called lead candidates. I was one of them, but I know that the British public didn't take care about that, and so I didn't campaign in Britain for the one and single reason that I don't have a sister or a brother party in Britain. Maybe that this will change tonight, that I will make new friends and new allies. And rightly so, you pointed out that this will be a vote by secret ballot, which of course is to your advantage, because no one will be discovering that you will vote in my favour. And that's what I'm expecting.